Oyinlola tackles Akande over allegation in his autobiography. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel. Says Akande awarded 800 million contract made full advance payment. Former OSUN State Governor Prince Olugusonye Oyinlola on Thursday reacted to various allegations concerning him, which were made in the recently released autobiography of his predecessor in office, Chief ß0ILS Akande. You see this thing about those people? I always say, don't say what you cannot defend. Or don't say what this thing you are saying. Just like, even if you say it. Let me say, for instance, like Kemi Olunloyo's, the person that calls herself an investigative journalist. She made a statement against the dead now. Against this Sylvester Oromoni, the late Sylvester Oromoni, that boy actually accepted to be a member of a cult, accepted the beatings, and also accepted to drink engine oil that made his house that colored before that, his lips that color before he died. Now, there are things you don't see. Now, people attack her because this person is not even here to counter what you're saying. You are saying things that you know that will not be countered. And it is going to add pain to the parents. Now, that is not even the issue. Do not say things that will land you in trouble. Tomorrow, if you're not sure of something you are going to say, and for crying out loud, had it been this man said this thing orally, there's every tendency that, if you can say, no, that's not what I said. But this one, he wrote them down in his book. Like, people are coming out to drag him. And why the draggings are even going to continue is because he said something, somebody said it. People will come and drop comments about a book. If I've read it now, and this book, oh, have you seen this book? This and this and this was said in it. It will make people to, oh, okay, let me even go and read. And the more people are reading, and the more those that whatever he said does not sit right with, or maybe it is not true, they will always come out to drag him. Except he wants the social media paparazzi, or he's enjoying the attention he's getting now. And this man is an old man, like he's a very, very elderly man. He should have known better. Instead of you now getting this unnecessary attention, except he enjoys it, or instead of him now being roasted now, he should have just quietly wrote. It is not everything you write in your book. It is not everything. As in, it is not necessary you put everything in the book. It is not necessary. Well, he might have his reasons, but I'm thinking as somebody who is an elite, he's not even just a writer. He's someone who has gone through life, who has seen the ups and downs. He's not a baby anymore. He's an elderly man. So why do this to yourself? Why make people question your integrity? Is that that man tomorrow now you will come and twist whatever? That's how people will remember you. Is that the kind of legacy you want to leave? Is that it? I mean, it is not supposed. I expect him to have known better. And of course, even if you want to write about something, if you know it is the truth, you write it as it is. If you cannot write it as it is better you don't even write it at all. Because presently, there are people who are alive to counter it. Now the news in detail. In a statement he issued on Thursday, Prince Oyinlola spoke on some of the allegations in the book, including the contract for the governor's office, popularly known as ß0ILS house, among other issues. Text of the statement reads, I have just read a part of the recently released autobiography of my predecessor as governor of OSUN State, Chief ß0ILS Akande, which concerns me. He leveled some allegations against me and also made certain allusions and insinuations. My forthcoming autobiography has already taken care of all this issue. Notwithstanding that, however, I have the following preliminary replies to some of the issues he raised where he mentioned my name. This is for the benefit of Nigerians who may be interested in hearing my own immediate side of a story. Number 1, ß0ILS house contract. Chief Akande said I wrongly accused him of corruption in the construction of the governor's office, ß0ILS house. I did not level any false charges against him. I came into office in May 2003 and discovered that the governor's office complex which Akande commissioned for use after he lost the election was really not completed. The state government asked the contractor to come back to site and complete the works, more so when evidence in government accounts showed that he had paid. But the project consultant shocked everyone with his claim that part of the payment was taken back to finance the 2003 re-election bid of Chief Akande. The consultant said the contractor could not go back to work unless he was paid his full dues. One of Akande's own appointees confessed collecting money from this contractor for Akande's re-election. I consulted Chief Akande on this. He denied having any deal with the contractor and the consultant. Some people were subsequently taken to court on a 7-count criminal charge. Stakeholders in the state and Alhaji Arisha Kola Alawo later intervened. I have the details of who collected how much in my forthcoming book. Chief Akande brought into his narrative some names, including that of General Alani Akarinade, whom he quoted as calling me on the content of a government file, which Akande confessed was stolen by his people and brought to him in Ibadan. I state that General Akirinade could not have called me Lagun, which Akande inserted in his book. General Akirinade and everyone in the military called and calls me Ola or Onyi. In any case, I have rounds of every document I appended my signature to in my years of government. 2. Akande Full's advance payment of 800 million on new government house. Chief Akande wrote on the government house that he wanted to build on a site on Ilesa Road in Oshogbo, which I stopped. I found it straight that Chief Akande, who boasted that he was prudent and honest as governor, awarded the construction of a government house in his last days in office after he lost the election, and in advance paid the contractors the entire contract sum of 800 million. Chief Akande confirmed this strange payment on page 393 of his book. This was a man who said there was no money to pay workers and pensioners, but he had enough to pay contractor in advance for a government house after losing his re-election. In any case, the state already had an ongoing government house started by the military government, which Akande refused to complete. I completed the project and added chalet plus a presidential lodge. Everything was completed and commissioned within my first year in office. The state has continued to use the structures till date. Akande in his book condemned my decision to opt for that project instead of his own idea.